Hi guys, I am once again back with all of those sort of videos that you do near the end of the year, beginning of a new year. And today's video is all the series that I started in 2021 and all the series I finished in 2021. You're gonna see I started a lot. For the last couple of years, one of my sort of unofficial, kind of official goals is to really just tackle the series that I'm in the middle of, finishing up series that are already completely completed, or just catching up on series that are kind of ongoing. And I do struggle with that. I think especially when I get nearer the end of the books that are currently out, or a series that's finished, I just kind of not lose my motivation, but I sort of just don't want it to end, so I get nervous and I stop picking them up. So I've been trying to tackle that. However, last year I think, or maybe like 2 years ago, I wanted to not start any series at all and just focus on that. It didn't work out. It didn't really work out the best this time round, because my lists of series that I started in 2021 is definitely far more outweighing than the list of series that I finished. But nevertheless, I'm here to just blast through those, not really talking in depth about them, but if you are interested, I'll mention any perhaps like dedicated reviews I've got for them, or you know, you can always refer to previous months wrap-ups, because I will have definitely have spoken about them there, as well as any reading vlogs that I have made throughout the year. So let's get started with the longer list of the two, and that is the series I started in 2021. We have the Traitor Spy trilogy by Trudy Canavan. I read these as a buddy read with Deborah from Hills of Books. Harleen by Stephen Sage, or Sajic. I do apologise if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Lock and Key by Joe Hill, illustrated by Gabriel Rodriguez. The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. I read these as a buddy read with Kat from Kat's Reading Corner on Instagram. Assassination Classroom by Yusei Matsui. Seven Devils by Laura Lamb and Elizabeth May. I read this as a buddy read with Deborah from Hills of Books on Instagram. Secrets of the Star-Crossed by Sierra O'Connor. Again, I read this as a buddy read with Deborah. Legacy of the Orisha by Tomi Adeyemi. The How's Moving Castle trilogy by Diana Wynne-Jones. The October Faction by Steve Niles and Damien Worm. Witches Steeped in Gold by Shannon Smart. I read this as a buddy read with Deborah as well. I'm not sure if this is going to be a duology, a trilogy, a series, and I'm not sure if it's just referred to as the Witches Steeped in Gold books. I'm not sure what the official title of the series, if there is one, is going to be named. Rampart trilogy by M.R. Carey. These are ones I don't have to hand because I borrowed them from the library. Uzumaki, Gaio and Tomi, all by Junji Ito. Mina and the Undead by Amy McCall. And Adventures of Sabrina by Sarah Reese Brennan. And The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. So those are all the series that I got started with in 2021. Now on to the series that I managed to finish. Some of these you'll see recurring. Some of these, I think maybe like one series is one that I'd already started in previous years. Harleen by Stephen Sage. I have a full review on this if you are interested in kind of like more in-depth thoughts and opinions. The Traitor Spy trilogy by Trudy Canavan, consisting of The Ambassador's Mission, The Rogue and The Traitor Queen. So here are all three in order. The How's Moving Castle trilogy by Diana Wynne-Jones, consisting of How's Moving Castle, Castle in the Air and House of Many Ways. All three of these I have a reading vlog on, like individually, as well as a book versus movie review for How's Moving Castle. These are all kind of vaguely connected. They're all centered in the same world, but they follow different characters with cameos from previous characters as well. I have the Rampart trilogy by M.R. Carey. This is one that was definitely a kind of, not a hate read, because I wouldn't say I cared enough to hate it, but I wasn't enjoying them, but I had to finish it. I don't know. I'm just glad that I borrowed them from the library, let's leave it at that. Then of course I finished Uzumaki, Gaio and Tomi, again all by Junji Ito. These are all bind-ups of mangas, so each individual collection has however many manga that was released. bound up into one volume, so these are all separate things. I have a joint review on all 3 of these, again if you're interested in some thoughts and feelings. A Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. This was fun. Me and Kat, as I said earlier, were buddy reading it, and we were doing like a book a month at one point, and yeah, we're definitely going to be picking up the next series, the spin-off series, in the new year, and reading that together. So I'm looking forward to seeing some cameos from favourite characters and just kind of being back in that world, because I feel a little bit lost not reading a Land of Stories book.
It seems like my little bubblehead has forgotten to include The Rats by James Herbert. I read The Rats, the first book, a good few years ago, and I finished off the series this year reading Lair and Domain.
And then finally a series that I had started the year before, and that is the Vine Witch series by Luann G. Smith, consisting of The Vine Witch, Glamourist and The Conjurer. And this year I finished off the series by reading The Glamourist and The Conjurer. So those are all the books that I had finished during 2021. So I'm glad to have some things ticked off, polished off on my list, decreasing my TBR ever so slightly. Not that you can tell, because I'm always getting new books into my collection, which, you know, I'm very thankful for. I'm privileged and happy that I'm able to afford this very expensive hobby. But yes, that is it for this video. Do let me know if you have started any of these books yourself, if you've read like the entire series, trilogy, duology, whatever it is, if you have any recommendations, and also how many books or series you managed to finish in 2021 and how many you still have on your impending TBR. I don't even want to count mine. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you in another video soon. Bye.